Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We will start the presentation on the National eCommerce Strategic Roadmap in just a couple of minutes. You can just take a moment, please, in the meantime, to read our house rules and to read the bio of the speaker and the moderator. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and welcome to the MDEC Virtual Connect Fair 2020. Perhaps you've already had an opportunity to go into our platform, the Kivel, and visit any of these 25 booths that we have available today. If not, please go back after this informative session. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and welcome to the MDEC Virtual Connect Fair 2020. Perhaps you've already had an opportunity to go into our platform, the Kivel, and visit any of these 25 booths that we have available today. If not, please go back. We will continue our program. It's going to be a fantastic session on the National eCommerce Strategic Roadmap. With us, we will have Carol Fong, the e-commerce guru of Malaysia, of the Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation. To go into our moderator today is Mr. Remco Koster, the Chief Commercial Officer of Silver Street and MDEC Vice Chairman. Remco, over to you, please. Ladies and gentlemen, on the National eCommerce Strategic Roadmap.
Yes, Marco. Hi, Marco.
We will have Carol Fong, the e-commerce guru of Malaysia, of the Malaysia Digital Economy.
Sorry, I'm having some technical problem.
To go into our moderator today is Mr. Remco Koster, the Chief Commercial Officer of Silver Street and MDEC Vice Chairman. Remco, over to you, please. Ladies and gentlemen, on the National eCommerce Strategic Roadmap.
Yes, Marco. Hi, Marco.
We will have Carol from the eCommerce Guru of Malaysia. To go into our collaborator today is Mr. Remco Poster, the Chief Commercial Officer of Silver Street, and MDBC Vice Chairman. Remco, over to you, please.
Let's see, I don't have YouTube on. Yes, Marco. Oh, say yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Sorry, Marco. I was having some technical problem. Looked like I did have YouTube on in the background. I really apologize to the audience for this.
Me too. I think I heard myself 3 times.
Yeah, you were in a loop, so it kept on looping. Anyway, nothing
right.
but some live fun. So you can everybody can see this is live and not a recorded session. Today, I would like to introduce to you Carol Fang from MDEC. If you want to explore e-commerce, Carol is the go-to person. An online author, reseller, and a community builder. She will share the initiative she helps MDEC drive to e-commerce adoption in Malaysia. She will also present the National e-commerce Strategic Roadmap for Malaysia, plus some great examples of recent Malaysian innovations with e-commerce that Malaysian companies have applied this year in the challenging COVID time. And I think it's really worth for you to watch everything closely and listen to what Carol has to say. So without further ado, I'll give the floor to Carol. Carol.
Hello,
Hi,
morning.
Carol.
Morning. Okay, thanks, Remco. Thank you, Marco, for having MDEC. On behalf of MDEC, we would like to say thank you for inviting us. My National e-commerce strategic team was supposed to do this presentation, but I'm in a hotel room, but the backdrop, you'll see this MDBC backdrop, but they're in the room right now doing study with Ernst & Young on the National e-commerce strategic 2.0 moving forward. I'm going to share my screen so that the host have to allow me to share my screen. Then after that, I can share. We'll wait while the host allow me to share. I'm not an e-commerce guru. People don't like to be called guru. Don't want to be one, but I would say that I'm the go-to person when it comes to companies or individuals want to go to e-commerce. So if you are overwhelmed with so many things out there, you don't know where to go, so people will have to come to me. Remco and Marco or Adeline, whoever is the host, can you release the host? Okay, MDBC is the host to allow me to share my screen. So this is also live on YouTube, and at the same time, you can go to MDBC's Facebook page. There is an online exhibition virtual fair. You can see all the exhibitors there. Okay, let me try again. Okay, very good. Okay, let me project this. When I reached out, when MDBC reached out to me, reach out to MDEC and asking MDEC, can you share some e-commerce initiative from MDEC? So I asked Marco, who are the target audience, because my target audience is always the SMEs themselves who wants to be digital and also going e-commerce. But today, let's go to I will touch the first about 8 to 10 minutes on what is the National e-commerce strategic roadmap is, and how did we use this roadmap by holistically get together all the agencies and the ministries to work together into doubling the growth of doubling the e-commerce growth in the country. My profile, I myself an online seller, so I sell a lot on online platform, in international platform. This is back since 1998, when I also helped my uncle back in the UK to do arbitrage betting. And then I sell ribbons, safety pins, anything to do with craft, rubber stamps, stickers, double-sided tape that I can source here in Malaysia, and then I sell it off onto the international platform and get to earn foreign currency. eBay approached us in 2016, not 2016, I think it's 2006. Sorry about the typo. To get into the program called eBay Specialist for the Southeast Asia, so that we are able to train companies or individuals who wants to go onto ebay.com. And I love e-commerce, and in and out, majority of the e-commerce friends that I have in Malaysia are all very close-knit community. And I will tell you how can you join this community so that you get news about how you would know what's going on in the e-commerce scene. And I'm an author. I wrote a book. NPH approached me to write a book about the guide to online retailing. It's not available on the shelf already because this book was published since 2013. And what is the trend out there in 2013 is totally different now in 2020. So the books are only available at my storage, at my personal storage. So it's not for sale. So I just keep it for my own memory. I'm a community builder. So I've been building a community of all the people who wants to do e-commerce, from the logistics, from the enablers, from the payment gateway, for them to come together and help the SMEs in Malaysia. And now I'm a full-time employed by Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation, that's called MDEC.my, where we spearhead the digital economy of the country. And lastly, again, I don't have any academic qualifications, really hard knock university, and I'm totally addicted to e-commerce. So my final introduction is, if you are on YouTube, just search for Carol Fong or go to this link and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's where I bring the experts and come and share their pain point, come and share why you should digital your business. So let's move to what is a National E-commerce Strategic Roadmap. It was launched in 2016, and the chairing the lead agency for this NESR, we call it, is MITI, and MDEC acts as a secretariat. In 2016, we identified 6 trusts. How do we bring e-commerce? How do we double the e-commerce growth in Malaysia? So of the 6 trusts that you see, from number 1, getting sellers to adopt e-commerce. Number 2 is getting big businesses to use the e-invoicing. And number 3, how do we improve the logistics, the infra? How do we improve the infra here in Malaysia so that there's more there's more e-commerce company coming to Malaysia to invest. Number 4 and 5 is just to make it more attractive for investors to come into Malaysia. And the last one is to encourage how our Malaysia brand owners can export their products out to multiple countries. So these are the 6 strategic trusts, and our goal is again to double the e-commerce growth in Malaysia. So we can't work this alone, and there are more than 20 plus ministries and agencies who takes care of each of the trusts. And I will not go into deep detail about this. You can go and find this National E-commerce Strategy Roadmap info at MITI. Just type NESR or National E-commerce Strategy Roadmap onto Google, and it will tell you how did it form. There's 15 programs. This ministry works with so many other agencies. I go to the next slide. This is where you see what is our role to provide thought leadership, to bring these agencies together. And after that, every quarterly, we will measure the results of each program leaders. And then every 6 months, we will meet up with the Ministry of International and Trade to tell them of the achievements and also to address issues and concerns. So we have this meeting either in the beginning of in June or in December, end of the year. So we only have 2 meetings with the minister, and this is where an opportunity for the agencies and the private sector to come forward to address concerns on opportunity or possible policies change needed that is driven by MITI. So that's we have gone through so many focus group study together with the private sector, together with associations, and last 2 weeks ago they went to JB. They went into different state, but a selected state, to get inputs about how e-commerce have helped them or how they can improve the infra. So we always have focus group led by MDEC, and here we are taking inputs out. So we just finished 4 location. That is why right now at the back of me, we're at Equatorial Hotel right now. There's a meeting room at the back there where Ernst & Young is collecting all the inputs from the private sector, so that for us to move, how are we going to shape the next 5 years under this roadmap. So the e-commerce initiative that we have is that in Malaysia, or maybe in other parts of the world, you know that we identified in Malaysia, there are the three level of e-commerce readiness of the SMEs. The lowest one is always using social media. So we have programs such as the e-Usahawan and the e-Rezeki, where sharing economy by giving income to digital workers. E-Usahawan is to provide entrepreneurship program to either school leavers or still schooling in universities, or those who wants to become bosses of their own. So we have that kind of program. So that program is always called the e-Usahawan program. At the mid-tier level is for businesses that's about to go to e-commerce and they want to get more exposure. So that's why we have a Go e-commerce program where we work together with marketplaces, whether it's international or local, or whether we work together with logistics partners or payment partners who wants to bring our SMEs or upskill our SMEs to go into e-commerce. The last one, which is the more matured company, who has manufacturing company, who has factory of their own, or who does customization or OEMs, will go into export ready. So we'll work together with Matrade, where they have this e-trade program to bring SMEs to go into export market. So these are the 3 programs, e-commerce readiness target audience that we target, and we always work together with the private agency and also the government agency, because we know that we cannot drive this alone. We know that we leverage on each other's strength. For example, for exports, e-trade, they have a budget of 5,000 ringgit incentive given to one company, each company, to select out of 10 marketplaces that you can select. You can select from Alibaba, from the Amazon, from eBay for you to choose, or from the local platforms such as eRoman, Buy Malaysia, MindBiz. All these are available at Matrade's website, or you can just Google e-trade Malaysia or e-trade Matrade. So you will find information there. At the moment, the incentive has been fully utilized. Right now, Matrade will be asking for more budget to continue e-trade for next year and 5 years onwards. In MDEC, we have an online portal called go-ecommerce.my. Over here, we have online courses for you to upskill yourself, some in Bahasa, some in English. And we have a business toolkit inside go-ecommerce.my. It's like on LinkedIn, you perfect your profile in LinkedIn so that people search you. But in Go e-commerce, you perfect your business credibility, your business stability inside this business tool that we have, so that the banks and the agency can look at your profile and provide loans or micro loans to you. So it's definitely free for you to register. Go to go-ecommerce.my. That's where you have an opportunity to upskill yourself, and all these are complimentary. And we have more than, so let me see, how do I remove that? Is it full screen? Because I want to put, I cannot. Let me move this. So in go-ecommerce.my, we have students, we have youth who uses this portal. We're not limiting it to anyone. There's no gender desperation for you to come into Go-Dash e-commerce because it's complimentary. So please come. We have used that portal to train whole Malaysia because we can't travel, and this only way for us to do so is having online training. Okay, and this is the work that my team and I have done over for the export partners. Since the beginning of the digital free trade zone initiative in 2017, we only work with our catalytic partner, which is Alibaba, and soon enough, we grew our enablers base, and also the more enablers took part in our JFTZ initiative, the more SME participate into our program. So we have programs such as Malaysia Week, we have Super Sales September, we have March program. All these marketplaces create their own demand generation campaign to bring in more sales to the SMEs. So we at MDEC, we are not only looking for people to adopt, we're asking our e-commerce enablers to provide revenue, to provide sales in terms of campaign. So right now in 2020, we've already reached close to our target 18,000. This is Q3 results, and work together with more than 63 partners. And we will continue to open up doorways. If there's any listeners out there who knows of a platform in another country that Malaysians can tap into, come reach out to MDEC. And these are some of the success story. I will choose and go because I put up a lot of slides. The one that you see on your left, it's a single mother. She started her business from zero, and she always advocate organic food. And she imports a lot of brands from all other countries, from Australia, from Korea, from Taiwan. And because the demand of organic food and baby products food is so high, so she works her business at home. Last year, since from home, 2 years now, this year she opens up her retail store, become an offline store in August. Because she still do her picking and packing at home, but when it comes to retail food front, she'll do it at the office. Cindy on your right hand side does a lot of fusion tea, made in Malaysia fusion tea. So we saw her by joining my cyber sale. So these are some of the success stories. So I'll go through. I can share these slides to MDPC, but I will remove some of the slides because most of these success stories, they are interviewed in YouTube. I would like to share maybe, okay, on your right, the Trepo brothers, we call them the Zhong brothers. These brothers did not take any money from the father, but they took advantage of the father's research lab in Malacca. They do car mats for cars from the recycled rubber, and they manufactured them in Malaysia. So now they started their business by putting a 3,000 ringgit on Facebook, and whatever sales that they got in Facebook, that was 2 years ago, they put it into subscribing into Shopify. So right now, they have already churned a lot of revenue to open up another two offline stores in Malaysia. One is in a shopping mall in Sunway, and one in Mid Valley, or one in Cheras. I can't remember, but there was two. And now they're expanding their business and going to open another manufacturing company in Indonesia. So young boys, less than 30 years old. And we have the Durian Queen on my left, and also Hermo, the #1 online platform that participated in my cyber sales since 2014. 4 young boys venture into providing a lot of branded health and beauty products based in JB. Muta on the left, who always export muruku using Alibaba platform, and cordial juice, and export out to countries such as Guam, third world countries. She exports out mineral water, exports out sunflower oil, soaps, and all these basic necessities to a third world country. On my right, the Japro Malaysia is the baby manufacturer of products in terms of bottle. What else? Pacifiers, wet tissue, sanitizers, and he's already successfully selling in China Tmall platform, and they have a Chinese office as well. But it's not easy for them to open up a Tmall global flagship store mall. So they approached MDEC, and where MDEC made the connections between Chaplo and Alibaba for them to open up a store. So these are some of the stories. You can go. And the reason, let me close the door first. Hold on. So the reason e-commerce initiative announced by the government is called the Penjana e-commerce initiative. So Penjana has a lot of initiative, from the Penjana HRDF, Penjana Gig Economy, Penjana Prihatin, and now we have the Penjana e-commerce initiative. The goal of this Penjana initiative is two goals. Number one is to get more businesses to adopt e-commerce, and number two, to provide a revenue from an online sale campaign called Shop Malaysia Online. Okay, now the objective is that it's a number on your left hand side is to gather all the very well known prominent marketplace and e-wallet to get more SMEs to adopt either e-wallet, to adopt into e-commerce platform. And on the right hand side, the same partners will make campaigns such as Shop Malaysia Online. That campaign is like 11/11, is like 10/10, so that the buyers will come and buy from these SMEs. Okay, and again, I repeat the objective. We want to, the government would like to encourage and provide a co-funding incentive to the sellers, and on the right hand side is provide a co-funding incentive for the buyers to enjoy the campaign. So the platform providers will have to come up with their spending, and then the government will match. So for example, if I have a platform, I would like to encourage people to join, and I'm here giving an incentive for new sellers so that maybe shipping can be subsidized or the commission can be waived. So all these costs, we will put it into a proposal to MOF and let MOF come and match it 50%. All right. So the campaign is going to end this coming 30th of September. It was very aggressively ran since July. So if you log in right now to the most prominent e-marketplaces and the prominent food delivery guys and also the e-wallet guys, majority of them are promoting the Penjana e-commerce. So we at MDEC, we are the organizer and we drive the Penjana e-commerce, but there are other agencies that drive other Penjana initiatives. So let me share with you.
Sorry to interrupt, Carol. Just want to remind the audience if there's any questions, please post them inside the Zoom Q&A area or in the YouTube chat area. Just want to quickly remind people. Sorry, Carol.
No problem. Is there any questions from YouTube at the moment? Just alert me. I will answer. You have to ask questions because Marco, the MDBC, was tying me down and asked me, Carol, can you present or not? So I took some time off and I asked them to excuse me from the study with Ernst & Young to come out. And please ask questions that I hope that I can answer. If I cannot answer, then I'll give you an email for you to address if there is other initiative with MDEC that you're not aware of, but you are aware of, but you don't know who to reach out to. Okay, let me share to you during MCO when everybody was in lockdown and there was companies that are pivoting their businesses. So I shared this with the MDBC gang, and this is a travel company. A travel company who provides ground packages and also ground packages at a destination country had to pivot their company, their business model into selling basic necessities of groceries. So they work together with the farmers, and I ordered personally from Tribe East by sending vegetables to my house. They're still doing it, but not at an aggressive pace compared to now. So this is one of the business that's pivoted. Another one is a big catering company. They call themselves Big Onion. Big Onion was famous to do large catering for mass, at least more than 50 packs onwards, and they can do up to more than 10K. But because of MCO, there's no gathering, so they have to remodel their packages to delivery, making it small for people to order for 2, order for 4, order for family. So they make it such a small size, and they didn't lay off any of their staff. And when the RMCO was taken into effect, they are now putting a lot of SOPs right now on how to serve food for their clients. So these are one of our businesses that shared this story. Another one is because during MCO, there's a lot of people stay at home and they get bored at home. So Craftivity come up with the DIY videos to engage their buyers and get them to repeat buy of things that you can create, from soaps, from candles, from anything. So it's everybody was looking at their phones. So this is another way for you all to do live streaming, to do DIY videos, to generate more YouTube subscribers, to engage your consumers. And a printing company, you can't do events, you can't print brochures, you can't print bunting, you can't print physical marketing collaterals. So what they did was they customized face shield, they customized a corporate face shield where they can put your logo as low as was it RM4.50 onwards with an MOQ. So TCOE, the owner of the company, managed to pivot his company. Okay, there is a questions from Noraini. Noraini is one of our Go eCommerce. I think she's based in Sabah. The concern is the readiness in terms of logistic facility as well as internet capacity in Sabah. I will be teaching e-commerce in Baluran, Sandakan. Where can I get internet penetration in certain area? Internet penetration is the work of, supposed to be the work of KKMM and MCMC. I am not the person in charge of this. There are pockets of area in Sabah that is not fully, we cannot get broadband services. And when it comes to logistics in Sabah, because there's so many villages, outskirts, outstation, but there are very strong logistic companies based in Kota Kinabalu. They call themselves NCT Group. ePost, they call it ePost for e-commerce. They're very well connected. Post Malaysia may not be the best, but you have to choose the partner that is strong. There may be one partner, there may be two partners. So the one that is working in Sabah and Sarawak is different partner, and then in Sabah, for example, is called NCT. They have a very good network of logistic partners to help, especially on e-commerce. This is what they have. And Vanessa Gomez is asking, what can companies do to ensure that they choose the right platform to sell their products and services? Perhaps like a checklist or some sort of entrepreneurs. Unfortunately, Vanessa, there's no checklist. There is no AI in any of the government agencies' portal to understand and profile you on which are the platform that's available. So that is why people always get hold of me. I will say, I will share you my phone number, and people always WhatsApp me, and I will question them. What do you want to sell? Who do you want to target? Because all the platforms available in Malaysia or international platform may not be suitable for you, because they all have their niche strength and weaknesses. You have to test and try until you find the right formula. If you're selling services, no point of you going to eBay or Amazon. But if you're selling service, I need to know what kind of services. Is it cleaning services? Is it accounting services? Is it photography services? So these are the services. Where do you go? So there are platforms in Malaysia to address that. If you need to go to wedding services, then you probably go into, there is a platform that's being built right now, but they're not that strong. You can try and go into Tautim and Service Hero by providing wedding services. Okay, and so these are what we there's a lot of platform available out there. Now, how can you take advantage of what trend right now? So what are the trends right now that we have for you? A lot of the entrepreneurs right now, they use a lot of live streaming, and this live streaming is available for you for free. but live streaming may not be the right solution for you because you have to have the full ecosystem to accept payment, to accept orders, and to also collect the data from each of your buyers. And then you have the opportunity to do a lot of online videos for you to upload so that you can engage. So Facebook is another way for you to do so. Instagram is not for you to, Instagram has no engagement. You can do a lot of live, but when it comes to call to action, it's very difficult for people to click on any link unless you put the link on your profile. So this is a pain point. You see, there's a pro and cons of going into multiple platforms. And for Facebook, they've been scrutinizing on people who say anything about sanitizer, about face mask. So there's a lot of words that are sensitive to Facebook, and they will not allow you to do any advertisement of that. So the baby industry and the health and beauty industry are struggled towards that during MCO. And on the hardware store, we have a lot of people in the hardware store who we walk in and buy, but now there's lesser and lesser walk in. So Ang Goke from ATKC, from Ulu Langat. So what he does is he edits his video and shows step by step on how you do a stroller, how you do a wooden wagon, so how to paste leakages on your plumbing, how to do easy plumbing, how to do easy water filtration installation. So these are the things that home improvement DIY that he shows. So what else is out there as minimal as possible if you do not have any computer or tech savvy, if you're not tech savvy enough. So we, Yeza approached me and shared to me that you can even do your business via WhatsApp, and your customers can immediately pay via a WhatsApp, and you can collect the data on your web page. So it's very easy to go through the application, but there is a subscription fee for that. You send the catalog via WhatsApp, and you click on your WhatsApp link, and immediately that WhatsApp link will take you to a payment where you can collect data. Because if you don't consolidate your WhatsApp order, you'll be using manual way to collect your data, for example, using Excel sheet. From the Excel sheet, you need to export again the data out for you to send notification, to send email. So Yeza is a very simple way for you to do so. You don't have to have a payment gateway, and immediately the payment gateway is settled by Yeza and will clear to you by weekly basis. So this is how it looks like. So I prepared products to be uploaded into Yeza. So I was in my web web page, so I can use my phone or my laptop. So enter five simple products: your photograph, your title, your price, and how much is your delivery. And you push that product to your friends. You can put your phone number and name, so they will see the catalog at the bottom, like how you see on your right hand side. And when you select the item as quantity 1, 2, or 3, and immediately you can check out. Okay, share the link to your potential client via WhatsApp and then check out. And immediately the buyers will see a payment from their phone, and the buyers can immediately make payment from there. And once your payment is captured, you will be alerted as a seller. They can choose payment from bank transfer or online payment banking, can do debit and credit card. So this is where Yeza, there's no limitation to how much you can use. You can even sell at 1 ringgit item. So this is a perfect tool for you. So if you want to go into subscribing it, it's at this link at the bottom. So it's yeza.link/get started. So that is a WhatsApp e-commerce, because a lot of you using WhatsApp, and the only pain point about WhatsApp is that you do not know how to collect data. So I have a YouTube channel. I mentioned that for you to subscribe. So in there, periodically, I will interview and I will post questions and get them to submit a video for me, and they will share. And another one, this is the final, most of the final slide. And you cannot be your own entrepreneur if you're alone. With MDEC's support, I built this community called the Go eCommerce community. Okay. And on the Go community, there are more than 4,400 people now, businesses, payment, logistics, and we always notice that a lot of these business sellers will ask questions like, I've got a trademark problem. My trademark is being pirated or being stolen, or someone used my trademark already. How do I go? I've got a shipment to go into Cambodia. Who can help me? So the logistic partners will jump in and help, or the trademark people, the lawyer people will come and help. So it's a community platform for SMEs to get experts help from experts, from businesses themselves. It's free for you to participate. Matrix is there, MITI is there, SME Corp is there, MDEC is there, so we'll definitely be there. I also do a lot of live session in DingTalk, and this live session is always already recorded and kept in cloud so that you can watch the video again when you have Wi-Fi, so it doesn't keep on your phone. So it's all properly titled, so you can review the playback again. And then we have calendars where our team will put in calendars of training, seminars, and also you always get alert. It's unlike the fact that if you go and apply, register for subscribe to a newsletter on a website, you don't get a lot of the notification. But when it comes to DingTalk, because you have to download the app, the notification will send to your phone. So how do you join? You can take this picture, or you can scan the QR code right now if you're watching from YouTube. Download DingTalk from iOS or Android. You register using your mobile phone. You cannot register via an email account. It must be a mobile phone. Join this and put in your company name and wait for my approval. So I'm the super admin to approve. So that's about it. My presentation. Go to that link if you cannot scan. And lastly, my phone number is, you can only WhatsApp me. I can't pick up calls. So either I'm in a training or a study or webinars like this, or I have another webinar at 2:30 for Mr. Pay Later. So buy now and pay later. So I have another webinar on Asia Pay. They have an incubation program for e-commerce. So let me go back to the questions. Questions on Vanessa. What can company do? Okay, based on the earlier slide, there seems to be a lot of e-commerce platforms available. And my concern is e-commerce fatigue, especially since COVID-19. So a lot of companies accelerating digital presence. Fatigue. You must know that who has already sustained e-commerce platform longer and who is going to be like silent mode. So you will see that. And there are obvious marketplace coming up right now. But again, this is what I saw, a case study, a manufacturer who wanted to digitize themselves. But this manufacturer has sellers and distributors that he has as his clients. Questions to you. Why does the manufacturer wants to go online, and how do you protect your resellers? You're taking yourself to be in competition with the resellers. So what's your strategy? So how do you do that? So that's the question always posed to me during now. And they say that, oh, Carol, we're in a manufacturing company producing this, but now that we want to go online, so how do we strategize ourselves to go into marketplaces or to go into website? There are strategies to do this, but the question is, would you listen to the strategy, or would you go into, you try and lessons learned? A lot of strategies, okay? There are questions here on the chat.
Carol, sorry to interrupt.
Go on.
I also have a question that links to the earlier discussion. I've seen some research done in the past about companies also having their own e-commerce platform. So I would like to see what your opinion is versus having a presence on large e-commerce platform like Lazada, or also companies having their own e-commerce built into their website. I heard that there's now a trend going on worldwide, moving away a little bit from the all-powerful large e-commerce platforms and to basically have your own e-commerce presence, and that can be quite beneficial, and sometimes people trust it more. What's your view on that?
Okay, e-commerce marketplaces always have money to spend to reward the buyers. If you go to the platforms that Remco was mentioned just now, when you search for a thermos, a coffee thermos, you have multiple listings, sellers competing. Yeah. So some of them are traders and some of them are brand owners. As a brand owner, you have to pick what product to enter into marketplace just for exposure purpose. And then after that, add your listing in your e-marketplace, you lure them back into your website and say that there are many other range of our products. You can visit our website. Because your brand name, let's say your brand name is Carol Fong. So people would expect that if I were to find Carol Fong, I can find you in Marketplace and I can find you over Google.
Yes.
But in Marketplace, don't be very selective at what product you want to put, because if this product is sold by your resellers, don't put this product. Because why? You want to protect your resellers. So you can introduce new product. You can introduce new product. For example, I'm sure everybody have heard of Christy Ng shoes. She's a Malaysian shoe designer and also does a lot of selling shoes on her personal website. She doesn't go into marketplaces. She refused to allow anyone to sell, but there are pockets of sellers who already bought the shoes. Maybe it's a pre-loved shoes and they sell it online. That one is allowable on marketplace. But we have people who are selling fake Christy Ng shoes that she spotted, and she makes statements on her. She educates her buyers in Facebook and saying that Christy Ng shoes do not expose themselves to sell on e-marketplace. You want quality guaranteed, you come to our website. So there are brand owners who do not want to go into marketplace. So truly you have to strategize based on your product, because if you don't strategize based on the product selection that you want to go where marketplace or where to go to website, so you have to choose. So I beg everybody who are in trading, please go to marketplace. But if you are a brand owner, you design things and you manufacture your product, you split your products one into website so that the branding maintains, because once you go to a website, your brand value drops. So if you don't want your brand value to drop, select products that you want to get rid of, let's say flash sales, then you do it on e-commerce.
Or old collections or something like that.
Yeah. So if you want to do a special launching of something, you pull those audience to come into your website and you give them back cashback, you give them back cashback. So things like that, they have to strategize. So a lot of the manufacturers are not strategizing this. So they are seeing a lot of resellers right now are seeing their principal competing with themselves. So a lot is happening right now in Malaysia.
Yeah, well, thanks for that. I think, that there's the reason why a lot of people want to go to have their own websites is indeed copyright protection, it's a trust thing. But at the same time, I think it's very, very useful advice from you to say, okay, let's use those large e-commerce platforms. That's essentially what you're saying, to also drive the traffic to your own websites. That's essentially also what you use social media channels, right? So
correct.
I think that's very, very useful advice. Does MDEC also have partnership with technology providers that make it easy for brands to basically include e-commerce in their own website? Because a lot of brand owners, of course, they're not so tech savvy. There may be SME entrepreneurs. Does MDEC have a sort of a platform or advice or technology providers that you work with to make it easy for SMEs to integrate e-commerce into their own website?
We understood that there's a lot of business owners who do not have time to dwell themselves into, login, I have to list, I have to take photograph, I have to do this.
Yeah.
We know a lot of business owners will not do that. So another solution that we work together with our technology providers is, this services is called managed services, whereby we match the business owner with a provider that does all the work from photography, from marketing, from digital content. All the SME's role to do is to provide the products and the pricing to the managed services guys. So the managed services guys will participate on your behalf, the campaign sale, and take part in whatever campaign that they have already aggregated with other brands. So we have people who does that for the comfort of the business owner. So let the business owner concentrate on doing other things, but let this managed services company manage on your e-commerce part of things. And they will also manage your orders, fulfill your orders, and track all your orders and all this. So they have companies like that. You just have to provide your product stability, the supplies, and also the pricing. So we have,
and they have some partnerships as well, or some place where people can go to have a look at what options there are, or do you provide personal advice?
Right now, I encourage them to come into our community, which is a DingTalk right now. And the other one that if they don't know, in our goecommerce.my, we have a list of our services providers that the viewers can have a look at the list. Another one is that at MDEC.my website, we have a list of the COVID relief technology providers that provide short-term free subscription of products. For example, POS, your cash register machine, the subscribing, let's say Store Hub, they have a 3-month subscription for you that is free for you to try out. You can subscribe but not commit anything yet.
How
so
do
that is
people
from
find that link?
It's on MDEC. Let me find.
Because I think that's really useful, probably for the audience to find these service providers, technology providers.
You can still see my screen, right? COVID relief. So I always search like this: COVID relief MDEC. There you go. Digital versus COVID MDEC.
Oh, that's very good. Yeah.
So I just search as COVID relief MDEC. So at this site, because it's in Bahasa, so I'm going to change this to English. Okay. This is for, I changed to English instead of Bahasa. So maybe it's not. Okay. There you go. It's English now. Yeah. So over here, technology, let me go there. Everything is simplified. Access to e-learning. What else? So e-learning, what else here? Earning a digital income. So how do you register? Awareness. There is a portal for you to go and see who are the listers of providers or not this. I hope that they did not take it away. General public, internet access. There you go. There you go. So your first one. So underneath here, let's say you want to go to online marketplace. So these are the name of the online marketplace, Pasar Segar, Lazada, and Betons. So they have a lot of offers being offered to you and who you can contact, and you can choose. You can choose from page 1 to 3. And if you want to engage a logistic partners, sorry, I went to healthcare. So the logistic partners. So these are the guys for you to engage with, and they have all these offers: free 1-month storage, free this, free that. So if they don't respond to you, especially the e-commerce enablers, come to me because majority of them are our very close-knit network, and they will definitely come and serve you if you use MDEC as your reference or if you use Carol Fung as your reference.
Yeah, because I think this will help, right? Having a service provider, because there's so many platforms, of course, that are out there that it will help to have an expert give advice about, as you said before in the other Q&A, about what kind of product you have, whether it's a product or a service, what kind of platform is applicable. Do we have any other questions to Carol, Marco, and the team? I didn't see any in the Q&A in Zoom.
So I shared my phone number for everybody just now, which is this one. Anybody can reach out to me via WhatsApp, because I always tell people it's easy for me to communicate via WhatsApp because I like to copy and paste the links, images for them to have a look. By putting the phone on my ear and talk to them, it's so hard for me to say that you go to this website, the link is goecommerce.my. So when you talk too long, the attention span of you don't want to listen to me. So it's best that you all WhatsApp me. So this is the community in DingTalk, the Go e-commerce community. So later, this is what he does. So we chat a lot. So a lot of them are sharing.
Is this in WhatsApp, this group?
No, this is a mobile office application app called DingTalk. This one.
So DingTalk you can find in the App Store.
Yes. DingTalk.com. It is not like WhatsApp. It is not like Telegram. It is not like any other chat, because over here in DingTalk, I can categorize the people. I can group all the women into a group. I can group the technology providers in the group if I want to make announcements. I can do a lot of wonderful things here, like a webinar. There's a webinar tool here, and the users can always look at the past webinar where they can see the past webinar if my line is okay. So they will all list it here. So I always have live with Hula, live with Iroman. These are all a closed loop, so it's not open, because whenever we do Zoom, I know that we're doing Zoom right now. My passion is, at the end of the Zoom, there must be a way for the attendees or the listeners to come back to the speakers, to come and engage. So DingTalk allows that in a group chat where we have, let's say I've got a special Hula group chat here, and the live is being done, but I can multicast this live onto the big group chat for everybody to watch. But when the live has ended, the users can come back to the speakers and ask more questions and ask more things. But this, sadly to say, that this live webinar cannot be live broadcast into YouTube or Facebook Live. So I have to download the recording and push it to the YouTube or Facebook. So that's the only one I have to do. But at the same time, right now, whatever live that I do, I'm giving an exposure for the enablers to come and do live and present themselves to the community. And I'm giving an opportunity for the SME to come forward and attack the enablers and ask for more services.
Great. No, I think that's great. So we know where to find you on dingtalk.com. We know where to find you on whatsapp.com. So I think with that, I think Marco, I think we've had a very insightful session, very practical. It's good to see the government initiatives in Malaysia. It's great to see some real big successes of also smaller e-commerce players that have been successful online in Malaysia during COVID. So yeah, I would really like to thank you very much for participating, and I'll give the word to Marco.
All right.
Thanks, Remco.
Thank you so much, Remco. Yeah, I believe gave her her email address, her not TikTok but DingTalk address, phone number. On one of the slides was even your home address. All right, that was a very nice personal hour, Carol. Thank you so much for sharing all your experiences, and all compliments to you and the team for making it all happen in Malaysia. Remco, thank you so much for bringing your expertise to the table as well this morning. To the audience, thank you for sharing, and thank you for posting a few questions. And yeah, let's not forget to go back to the virtual Connect Fair, to the main exhibition hall, where we have 25 exhibitors waiting for you to welcome you. Check out their brochures, their videos, their posters. And if you have any questions, go out and chat with them. They're sitting by the phone, they're sitting by their computer, waiting for your messages through WhatsApp or through Teams or through Facebook Messenger, whatever is applicable in the different booths. So it's going to be a great virtual experience for you today. At 5:30, we'll be back in the auditorium with a talk by Yang Berhormat Dato Sri Mustafa Mohammed, the Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Economy. He will give a talk also on the 12th Malaysia Plan and related matters. So that will be before the MDBC annual general meeting, who will be online as well, but that one will only be limited to MDBC members. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Remco. And with that, we're going to close this auditorium for now, and everybody get back to the fair. Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.